Hello friends, and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today, and I'm excited to be here with you because we're doing our weekly check-in. So let's get our notebooks out, our iPads, our tablets, our whatever application you use to do your budget, and let's budget together and check in for the week. Okay, so this week we are going to go over what my spending was for the week, and we are actually going to discuss why I went ahead and paid off my credit card early instead of waiting till the end of the month. If you watched my previous videos, I've been carrying a balance over since late April, and where we bought some stuff ahead of time and we wanted to use it with a certain paycheck that was a extra paycheck for the month, and I just could not leave it on the credit card any longer. And I'll explain all that in just a minute. The budget for this week was $554.47 for grocery household. That's what GH stands for. All this is abbreviated. So restaurants was $240 and miscellaneous was $145.42. I start with a certain number every month at the beginning, and each week is equal. I always do 5 weeks because there's always a couple days at the end or the beginning, and I adjust the totals based on the number of weeks. And so I do a 5-week budget. Here, I only track 4 of the 6 categories that I normally put in my calendar, and I do have a calendar here. Let me go ahead and flip to that really quick. My planner is getting super thick, and because I add 2 pages to every week, it's just really getting thick. Hopefully the coil can hold it out until the end of the year, but we'll see what happens there. So here is my calendar. Zoom back just a little bit so you can see the whole thing. And this is my spending tracking calendar. So I have everything laid down here, and as you can see here, I have a few things already checked off. I have everything is already listed. I had a lot of spending this weekend. June typically is a heavy, all summer is actually pretty heavy spending. It's when we do our vacations, it's when we get outside and do more activities and fun things that we want to do instead of being hunkered down all winter. I'm just not a winter person. I can do low spends most of the winter except for Christmas, but if you plan far enough ahead of that, that can be a low spend because you've already saved up the money for it. So, you know, there you go there. But I do have 6 categories: grocery, household, restaurants, miscellaneous, gasoline, copay, and unbudgeted. I have 2 no spend days. Today is the 8th. It is early in the day. There is a potential for spending. My husband may have to get gas on the way home from work, but I will apply it here just because I just want to go ahead and close this out. That's fine by me. As long as it's counted in a paycheck period and there's money still in the bank, that is fine by me. So we are going to go through, and I already wrote down in the weekly check-in little notepad I keep over here, what was already paid for, how much was left, and from week 1, because I didn't do a weekly check-in for week 1, mainly because it was one day before. So I had something on the 31st that happened after I closed out the weekly check-in, and then that's why this is in orange. This was last May's budget, and so it went into June's budget. So June 1st, I had 3 transactions. I did that off camera and already did all the numbers here. I think I showed that in my last paycheck video just to kind of show, okay, I'm still tracking, but I didn't do a whole video for 3 transactions. Now that I have much more, we're going to track these. So as you can see, a lot of blue and green here, some pink or peachy pink, and some yellow, and we'll talk about that in just a second. So the first thing we're going to start with is the grocery household, which is this peachy color. Now I am bringing over $39.92. I must have done my math wrong because I thought I paid for all of this, and when I went back to my credit card statement, I did not have enough. So either I transposed some numbers or I just didn't have the right total or something went wrong and I added it wrong, and all but $39.92 of these transactions were paid but this amount. So I don't know what I did. I don't know why I did it. I just know I did. So I'm carrying that over, and we're just going to kind of put a check mark here because I will include it in the total on what I need to pay my credit card. Now, everything that's spending goes on the credit card, and I pay it off weekly. And I definitely paid it off this week because I just could not carry a credit card balance any longer. And I'll tell you about my money mindset once we get to this part, when I pay the credit card and explain what I did and how I took care of it. And what my new plan is for paying for the extra spending that was going to go on Paycheck 4 this month. I don't typically have 4 paychecks. I typically only have 3. So that's what that was about. Grocery household. So I had here, I ordered on Amazon, IV Hydration, I think it's called. 2 different packets. They're about $20, $23, $24 for 16 little packets. I still buy them. I know it's a little costly, but my husband's migraines and headaches are pretty much almost non-existent. I mean, he has them, but he doesn't have them to the frequency he had before, and it's just been helping him so much. So the extra hydration for the brain, it just makes a huge difference for him. $16.90. These were snacks that we bought. So Saturday was a special day. We went to Lexington. I don't know what their center is called, but Lexington was Kentucky is where we're at, or outside Lexington is where we're at. We drove in and we went to something called Brick Universe. So my son has a birthday today, which is the 9th. Today is Thursday, but tomorrow is his birthday, but you'll be seeing this on the 9th. And the 9th is his birthday, and he is a Lego builder. I mean, for several years now, he gets nothing but Legos for Christmas and birthday every year, and his birthday's in June, so he's getting a good load of Legos, and he builds them and keeps them. He doesn't, he has all these Legos in his room. And so they had Brick Universe come through, and these master builders came in with their building creations, and they looked amazing, and we had a good time seeing all of them. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. And we got snacks while we were there because, we got a little hungry. And then while we were there, I looked for a kit that he had been looking for that was sold out on Lego.com and in stores. And that, let's see, $26.44. And that, do I have that on here? Oh, that's not grocery household. Never mind. What am I doing? So, but while we were there, we actually bought I ordered some Legos for him. So yeah, he's getting a new kit soon, and he's getting a whole bunch of new kits because it's his birthday. So that is why I put those snacks under grocery household, just because it was food, and I could have got it at the grocery store, and that's anytime we stop at a gas station or anytime we stop at a convenience store or at an event and got food. If it's food related, then I will take that charge and put it under grocery household. Now I have here, let's see, $20.46 at Meijer's. That is our local grocery store. And I don't remember what I bought, just an item or two, I'm not sure. It was on a Sunday. I probably just needed a couple things for the week, for lunches for my husband. And then my husband bought some stuff for himself. To be honest, I'm not even sure what he got. I just know it was a grocery household item. And then here I did a full grocery run with $160.93 at a Walmart pickup. They had some items that were cheaper than Meijer, so I went ahead and did a Walmart pickup there, and then I went to get the rest of it at Meijer's the next day. And that is it for grocery household. So let me total this up and we'll see, did I stay under budget or not for what we spent for grocery household. Okay, so my total for the weekly check-in grocery household is $364.64, which is under the amount we budgeted for the week, and that is good. That means we have cash left over to balance forward to week 3 of next week's check-in. So that'll be good for groceries, especially with last minute purchases for birthday stuff. We are having family and over for my son's birthday, and I really am excited for that. I can't believe it. He's turning 19. He's an adult, but I still love celebrating because he's still my baby. So that is where we're there with that. And see here, let's get this line back up again. We had 2 restaurant transactions. One here, the entire family got Papa John's pizza, $53.71, delivered and left a pretty good tip. And then King Buffet. I'm not even checking these off, am I? This one. Now, I don't know if I explained here, but I have these little arrows. These arrows here on these 3 actually happened on Saturday. That's all that means. And it's just a reminder when it happened, not so much anything else. I just ran out of room over here. And here's King Buffet, or Buffet King, or whatever it's called. And it's just a Chinese restaurant my husband likes to go to. And so those 2 items, pretty simple addition here. All right, so that's $93.01. Not bad for restaurants. And then let's see here. The next is miscellaneous. So I had a lot of miscellaneous transactions going on. I bought a book. Well, I'll start down here because this is where it begins. I went to the UPS store and shipped some books for my nieces, my sobrinas, Grace and Elena. It's Grace's 1-year birthday yesterday. She turned a year old, and she's just the cutest thing in the world, and I miss her, and I can't wait to see her in July, both girls in July. So I got them some books, and I shipped them out from the UPS store because it's the closest place I have. There's a post office. I just don't know where it is. Kindle was $7.41. And then I bought a book, and I had some credit discounts, so I used those. And then with any book that I buy Audible to go with it, so I can have it and share it with my husband. A lot of times the books I buy are shareable with him. And this $26 I almost told you about earlier, $26.44, Lego.com. There was just a kit that was out of stock, even on Lego.com, but then I checked again while we were at the Brick Universe and at Lego.com, and they had it in stock again. I was really excited to see that because I know my son requested it for his birthday and he would be excited to have it. So parking, we had to pay for parking where we were, and downtown Lexington, and the Amazon purchase, $24.45. I bought some supplies. I know I bought some whiteout, some tape runner, and crafting supplies for what I do here and my other channel, which is Lisa's Faith and Scripture Writing channel. So if you're into scripture writing and things like that and wanting to know more about that, I have a link down below in the description box. And it's the same links every description, so you can check any of those out. I even have free printable budget sheets if you're interested. You just download them. They're a Google Drive downloadable, and you can print your sheets. They're very similar to this. I just prefer the very pretty stickers. Those are just plain, headers with all the different areas to do all your transactions. What else do I have? I have $83.94, and this was pool supplies. So my husband and I bought a pool on Amazon. You're not going to see that on here. I think that came out, there's the pool. It was unbudgeted, and I just paid it out of last month's money. So I don't think I had a lot of money left over last month. Now I'm curious. There we go. Yeah, I had only a couple $100 instead of like $300 instead of like $800 or $900. So that just came out of the budget last month. I bought a pool, and I got some pool supplies, a skimmer, filter, pool noodles, the fun stuff. So we just got a backyard pool that we can put up ourselves, and that was that. And then I also, go ahead and get this done, bought these 2 items, and I'm trying to remember what they are, and I can't think about it, or I can't remember it. So, but yeah, these are miscellaneous items that we got on Amazon. I could probably pull it up on my phone. Hold on. Okay, so one of these, I think the $12 one, is this tape runner. I bought refills for the Tombow. I don't know if you guys know the product Tombow tape runners. And that's what it looks like. And so it was that plus tax, so it's $12.53. This Tombow here is, I had it and I was using it and then I lost it and I had no more. I have the refills, but I don't have the casing. So I bought another one to use with my other channel. And so yeah, I don't know where it went. I can't find it. So I bought another one there. And then what else was there? I got a bunch of whiteout because I use a lot of whiteout. There we go. So I like Tombow whiteout and adhesive stuff. And then I got some mild liners. So mild liners are zebra pens set. And that's what I got right there. And it was a 15 count. I actually only needed one color, but I decided to get the rest because I could use them more consistently in my planner here, especially when I mark off the different colors in the back where I highlight back here. And I've already changed one of the colors, so you know, that's that. Let's see, and that's what that 1560 was. So yeah, just kind of being spendy this month, that's all. Trying to get it under control. So we're going to total this up and I'll be right back. Okay, for miscellaneous, I have $206.04. I'm pretty sure we're still in budget so far. So I'm very thrilled with that because last month all I was over budget, but I did increase the budget this month to hopefully compensate for the extra spending for the summer. Now I have unbudgeted right here, and unbudgeted for me either comes out of what's left over the buffer checking account, which is usually a few $100s, or comes from a sinking fund. These are coming from a sinking fund, and I will show you that in just a second. So this total here is, I'm sorry, before I get to the total, as you can see here, I've already got check marks for these two transactions. The $90 one is an Illustrated Faith. I just bought every single digital download they had. I was having way too much. If you see my my last scripture writing video on my other channel, and I'll try to link it in the cards and in the description box below that specific video, I show and talk about what I got and all these things, and I'm doing something different with a different company, and I'm really enjoying it. Still out of my comfort zone, but I'm really enjoying downloading and printing and having cut stickers for myself for this creative process that I'm really enjoying. And then Erin Condren released their monthly planner, and that is what I use to budget with. And I had a 20% off coupon in my life planner launch that I purchased back, when was that, April? And so 20% off coupon, $5 off, and my life planner, or my monthly planner, I went ahead and bought that. I don't think I got anything else with it. I think I just got the monthly planner and that was enough. I spent $48.71 with all the discounts, and hopefully it'll be here soon. I was a little disappointed in that one because it isn't as neutral as I hoped it would be. But notebook pages are neutral and the calendars are not. But I tried to get as much neutral as possible. So I got the wildflowers. I was really hoping they would have it in the Canva, which is extremely neutral, but they only had it in wildflowers and inspired. And so I got the wildflowers. So no problem there. I love the wildflowers. It's gorgeous. But I always put stickers in these. So yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do next year. Cover it up next year. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Here, these two items, $48.71 and $90. I paid these with sinking funds. That's why they already had check marks, but I still want to write it and remind myself that I spent money, $138.71, and used a sinking fund. This helps my memory recall. When I write all this stuff down, I remember the numbers. I visually remember where it came from and why it happened, which is why I do this all the time. And you're going to see here, and I should have wrote that in red and I didn't, but this is a negative. This Erin Condren, I had $60. I spent $138.71. I still owe $78.71. Now this negative number is being paid for by what I have in the entire account. So the money's there, that's not the issue. I just have to pay the account back with this amount, and I'm going to do it installments. Right now I've got it set up for $10 a month, which means it'll take 8 months to get it back to $50 or back to zero, but I'm sure I'm going to spend or find extra money to pay it all off, but way before then. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to go ahead and change this to red. I hope you don't mind. I really should have done this before. 78.71. There we go. And that's just another reminder that I really need to pay attention to what I owe in different areas, and especially in these savings accounts, so that I don't overdo the budget and stretch it too thin. I just don't want to do that. So let's go ahead and go back to the weekly check-in. That was the unbudgeted and the bills. So I only had 2 bills that weren't paid for that went on the credit card. This one, $5.99, which I've already checked off, and then this HelloFresh, $69.93. So that is what we're doing now, and this will give me my total payback to the credit card. So $5.99 plus $69.93. Got it off camera, sorry, and that's, there we go, $75.92. So let me write that down. Slide this over, and there we go. Now you can see it on camera. And I keep going crooked. I think my camera mount is crooked and compared to how I have it on my desk. So that's why I keep doing that. And I'm going to total up all these balances and get a pay back to the credit card amount. And that is what I'm going to use the checking account to pay all this spending back. So I already have the $75.92. I'm going to start at the bottom, work my way up, plus the $206.04, plus the $138.71, and $364.64, and $93.01, and $39.92. I know I usually do it at the very end instead of before I fill out my weekly check-in, but I wanted to get this number out of the way. $918.24. So that's what I'm paying the credit card back in total, so that the credit card balance can go to zero. And let's see how we did with the budgeting part of the weekly check-in. So the budgeting part of the weekly check-in, here I have, let me get these numbers all ready for you. All right, I spent $364.64 here, so a couple $100 under budget. That is really good. I was really happy to see that. And I think that had more to do with me planning enough to budget and still have money left over. Restaurants, I had plenty of money. I only spent $93.01. I'm way under there. And miscellaneous, that was $206. Now I'm over budget here. And then I'm still going to put 0 here for unbudgeted, because this unbudgeted was paid with sinking fund money, not the checking account. This weekly check-in is to check in on what I put on the credit card, how much I spent, and that it counts towards the checking account. This is how all this is paid for, is the checking account only. The checking account pays for all our bills and all our spending. I just let the money sit there and park, and then I either pay the credit card to pay off the spending, or I have the bills come out of the checking account, or they go on the credit card and I pay the credit card too. So those are the 2 ways I kind of really do this, is either it's auto drafted from the checking account, or I pay the credit card on the bills, like these bills that get charged to the credit card. So, but this is checking account only. So that is what I have here. That had to do with sinking funds, so I'm not going to put it in there. I mean, I could, and I think I have in the past, but I don't want to do that this time. I think I confused myself last time. So, see how much I have left. Now, these categories, the first two are compensated for the overage here, but now that I'm balancing forward to another week, the leftover numbers will affect these numbers here. So, $554.47 minus the $364.64, and that gives $189.83. Then I have $240 minus the $93.01, and that is $146.99. Now this is going to be negative, so I need my pen again. 145. Let me make sure I cleared it out. 145.42 minus the 206.04. And that gives me a negative $60. Obviously, these two up here can compensate until the new week, and that starts Friday. Because this is a 2-week paycheck period, the cash is already there. I've essentially borrowed from this week to cover it. And I'm going to put $0 here. There we go. Now, every week is worth $300 worth of groceries is what I have it set up for. So $300 plus the $189.83, and that tells me how much cash I have available to spend on groceries for week 3, $489.83. Now you can run this as a cash envelope system as well, which is wonderful. You can check in every week or just run a running balance with your cash envelope every time you take money out, and you can physically see how much you have. This is what I know in the back of my mind for the entire week from June 9th to that next Thursday. That is what I have available, and I think I can keep it within that budget. Restaurants, I have $145.99, and I'm going to add $120, and that's going to give us $265.99. Reason I'm going to have that much is because it is Jack's birthday. He is 19, and I know I'm going to order pizza, Friday night pizza night, for us and others. So we might have a $70, $80, $90 pizza delivery, and so to have enough food for everybody. And so that is going to come out of this category, and that's why I have that so high. I have $120 for miscellaneous, and I'm going to take out the $60 that I owed for this week, or over budget for this week, and then I'm going to leave myself $59.38 for miscellaneous for the week. And I need to remind myself, which is going to be really hard because Sara Marie Stickers drops her August kits, and I might go over budget, or I might do something else. And I hate waiting on buying her stickers because I really like her stickers. So I have no idea what I'm going to do. That's something to think about. Something to have to think about and discuss with my husband. Maybe. I don't know. He knows what I spend, so it's not a big deal. So there is that. That's the weekly check-in, and I have all my numbers. I know exactly what I'm paying back the credit card based on this, including spending and bills. And I know what I have for the week of week 3 as far as the budget goes. And yeah, that is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.